Hello, everyone. Welcome to the THH SC2 Tourney number 2. I'm Hayden here with Kevin. We are going to be casting a game between the blue Terran player in the bottom left-hand corner, which is Garion, also known as Trebus, and the red Protoss player, Ragnar, also known as Judicator, in the top left-hand corner. This is TVP on Kulas Ravine.
Yeah, and these are definitely two of our better players, so that should be a good matchup. I've been looking forward to seeing this series. I know Ragnar is probably our best player. He doesn't really do a lot of 1v1, but he's certainly mechanically he's one of the better players I've actually ever seen in person. And then Garion plays a lot of 1v1. He's like high platinum. He'll probably be diamond any day now, but. So it should be a good matchup for sure, I think.
Yep, and I think one of the other things to state is that on this particular map, so this is game 2, and so game 1 went to Garion, and the game 1 was also Garion as Terran and Judicator as Protoss, or Ragnar as Protoss, and so. Like Kevin said, so Ragnar always choosing for random, and I would say that Garion is normally Terran, but on this game 2 here, Judicator said he did go random, but he just happened to pull his most played race also.
Yeah, and this is such an interesting map. Like, it's not something that, you don't really see tournament-wise. You don't really see it played a whole lot. There's so many different things you can do. It leads to a good like an interesting game to watch, but I guess players don't really enjoy it that much because you could do so many different drops and stuff like that, and it seems like it's really hard to defend the expansion. So, but I think I know Judicator coming into this said that he picked Kulas for this game because he's random and actually bought him the most amount of time between the initial scouting, so it kind of throw his opponent off guard, which is really a good strategy, I think.
Although, with just how the player positions set themselves up, I think they both went pretty much directly to one another.
Yeah, they kind of crossed each other there a little earlier. That was pretty interesting.
So it looks like normal stuff at the start here. We got single gate Cybercore coming up for Ragnar, and then on the other end of it, we've got a tech lab with the barracks and a factory started for Garion.
Yeah, and there's so many options, especially the Terran can go in this matchup. It's really a dynamic thing. A lot of times, there'll be like a 1-1-1 sort of thing where you go barracks, factory, starport, or you can always go. Looks like actually here he's just pumping out Marines, so that's definitely kind of pretty standard as well. Going straight into that factory, maybe he'll get some tanks out or something. Tanks are really good on this map with all the cliffs and whatnot.
So it looks like Judicator not going for warp gates quite yet. Got a robo coming up. And then looks like he is indeed going 1-1-1. There's a starport coming in. I would kind of like maybe a little more protection at the front. 3 Marines is not going to stop, even 2 Zealots. So
yeah, he's definitely vulnerable right now for sure. He is pumping out a couple of Hellions.
Right, and that's excellent. So that's a great counter to Zealots if they do come, and it looks like Ragnar is coming across the map here down. He's going to probably check the Zelnaga, which he is.
Yep, take out that SCV there.
So Garion, now knowing he's going to have to react to this, looks like he's supply blocked on that second Hellion, but that should be removed pretty quick. He is double gassing also. I think he did that quite a bit sooner than Ragnar.
Right.
Ragnar pulling in his warp gate tech there, pulling up Twilight Council.
And it looks like Garion's throwing down that bunker to give him some extra protection here, which is a good play.
For sure, for sure. Ragnar just taking a look, seeing what's at the base. So he sees the bunker going in, and obviously he's not going to get through there without losing a lot of guys.
Yep, so he's wisely pulling back so he doesn't take too many losses this early.
And if you switch to Judicator's view, you also I don't think you'll see the factory. Yeah, so he does not see the factory, he does not see the Hellions or the starport.
Yeah, that's really good building placement. Really good building placement. It looks like Ragnar's going to take out these destructible rocks here, which is against a Terran player, it's really good play because they're so vulnerable, and you know, you wall off that front, and then if you have like a almost surprise attack from behind like that, it can really do some solid damage if you get caught out of position.
And so what we're expecting then with switching Starport onto that tech lab is you're definitely thinking Banshees for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it looks like Garion's going to do a drop here. He loaded up some Hellions. He kind of flew right over those Zealots.
All right, but the Zealots are thinking, uh-oh, we got to go. So they're heading back.
Yep.
Looks like a proxy pylon going in. That's kind of unfortunate that,
yeah, that's...
you know, Garion's going to see all that Judicator's just kind of putting it down, and then it gets spotted right away. So no element of surprise there, unfortunately. So that Robo was also canceled. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. I think that this drop would have done way more damage if he wouldn't have just waypointed his medevac there. If he would have kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. It was bad luck that those Zealots were taking out those destructible rocks, but if he would have actually been able to get that down, that would have done some significant damage.
Worst drop ever.
Worst drop ever. That's hilarious.
That's too bad. But I'm amazed that those Zealots made it all the way back. They're so slow when they're upgraded.
Know, exactly.
They just hiked all the way back to base.
He's got so many of them too. This is a lot. He has 14 Zealots on the field, and if you look at the unit counting station here, and it looks like Garion's electing to take out these destructible rocks on his own, which is.
And yeah, it looks like Ragnar's going to help him. So it's some mutual play here. You know, we're cooperating.
Exactly.
Get rid of the the mountain, the refuse.
And Ragnar's going to pull these Zealots back because he saw. I wonder if he saw the.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah, for sure.
So needs to have something to deal with the Banshees. He's going to need cloak, so we got to get a Robo up. It looks like he started it.
Right, he put a cannon down near his mineral line.
Yeah, and he looks like he's pushed through charge. I didn't catch it, but he's pushed that through, sticking down some cannons in the mineral line right now. Also got some stalkers coming up, and like tanking up a little bit here.
Yep, and taking out his own destructible rocks. That's a. Presumably he could expand back there. You know, it leaves him open to being able to scout if Garion's going to try to come around and do the same thing he tried to do.
I would like Garion to put something blocking that front base where his starport is. Like put another supply depot or something in there. I wouldn't like he knows that Ragnar's kind of got this option now, the back door, and I'd close off that front door if I was him. But
it's interesting to see that. Oh, sorry, but that he's not actually rallying his units. Like he's just kind of got them sitting there, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if that's just like something he kind of overlooked or what.
Here we got the Banshees coming in. They're trying to take out those rocks. Oh, we're going to take out this Nexus. However, we have the Observer coming up, and the Stalkers are there. So
yep.
They're going to push those Banshees back.
It doesn't look like he has Cloak researched, and it's not actually researching either. But it's good to have that Observer just in case, because Judy has no idea if those are going to be cloaked or not. These Stalkers are doing so much damage to those Marines from the high ground.
Yeah.
It looks like Garion's expanding now.
Looks like Judicator going for Warp Prism, so maybe doing some drops, trying to get those Zealots in quickly.
Yeah, and I always love seeing Protoss drops. It's usually pretty exciting. Doing some more work on these structural rocks with the Banshees.
Yeah, it's got quite a few Marines, quite a few Banshees, but again, lots of Zealots. It's a lot of hit points he's got to chew through.
Yeah, and it looks like he's finally researching Cloak. But now it's going to be really, it's almost too late. Usually once you kind of reveal your hand with those Banshees, then it's... Now look, here's the battle here. Charge loss doing so much damage.
Exactly. So the thing that probably would have been nicer there is for those Zealots to have gone out first rather than second.
Right.
And he may have, he's getting down 3 Stalkers versus 2 Banshees. The Banshees are going to win that, but if he had gone with Zealot first, he may have done a little better there. But I don't know if it's going to make a difference. He's got that's a lot of Zealots. So.
That is, yeah. And with Charge, they're just brutal. They do so much damage. Even with that Banshee, there's so many that it's going to take that Banshee forever to kill all those zealots. And Garion GG's.